Draymond Green at the top of his game was making $25 million a year.
Right.
26. I mean, you're going to tell me $26 million doesn't make you wealthy? I mean, come on. $26 million would make anybody wealthy. If I made $26 million in my whole lifetime, I'd be very wealthy. My family's family would be very wealthy. My cousin's very wealthy. He has a Fortune 500 organization, and I think he's worth about $16 million. Okay. That's wealthy. Okay. So for him to come out and say that basketball doesn't make NBA doesn't make players wealthy, that's ridiculous. With all the deals that they're making, the endorsements that they're getting, sneaker deals and everything like that, you wouldn't be getting that if it wasn't for the NBA. Everything that comes out of his mouth, the logic is flawed. Okay. He says that he didn't try to choke Rudy Gobert out when he did. It was an accident. He fell into my arms. I was trying to make sure that he wasn't going to fall down. When he put him in a rear naked chokehold, he looked like he was going to choke him out. So, I mean, that's the problem with Draymond Green. He likes to speak. He likes to say his piece. And listen, everybody, you have a platform. And if somebody's going to give you a platform to speak, they're going to give you a chance to speak it. Inside the NBA, they're letting him do that. Right. He's bringing in fans. So, of course, he's out there. He could spit out that spew that he spits out. And you wonder, like, why is anybody giving him the logic or the mic to even say anything? Because what happens over the next couple of years after this guy walks away from the game of basketball? You give him a mic and you let him say anything, it could cause a lot of problems, not just in the NBA, but throughout the world. You have a platform of millions and millions of people listening to you. And you have the mic and you're saying all this craziness. And then you're looking at it and you're like wondering, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you talking about, Draymond? And that is the problem right now. The NBA has too many outspoken players. Right. Guys like Draymond Green, who's outspoken. He uses his platform. And that's what happened with Colin Kaepernick. Say whatever you want about Colin Kaepernick and how you disagree or you agree to what he did. Colin Kaepernick believed in what he believed in. He used the platform, the NFL platform, to do what he did. It pissed off the NFL, and that's why Colin Kaepernick is not in the NFL anymore, because he used a platform that he should have never used. And if he was going to do that, he should have done that on his own time. That was the problem, and that's why the NFL and a lot of these teams were not going to take on a player like that. Why do you think Bauer's right now? Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer right now, because even though he was never accused, well, he was accused, but he was never convicted of sexually doing the things that he did, and he got off of it. No MLB team is going to take him on as a pawn, because if they take him on, they're going to answer to women organizations, they're going to answer to press releases, and they're going to have to answer why they bring in a guy that's a woman beater. Why are they bringing in a guy that doesn't get along with teammates? That's the problem. As good as Trevor Bauer is, and he's a sensational pitcher, he's still a sensational pitcher. Nobody's going to take on a disrespectful nut job who off the field over the years has said some crazy ass things. So unfortunately, Trevor Bauer hurt himself. And again, these players hurt themselves by using platforms they should not be using at the time they're using it. So if I were them, Draymond Green, I would use his platform after he leaves the NBA. At the NFL, with Colin Kaepernick, I would have stepped away from football and then used his platform to speak his piece on whatever he believes. And the same thing with Trevor Bauer. It obviously came out what he did, but the other things that he has done over the years, if Trevor Bauer was a nice guy and this came out, I mean, look at Chapman. Aroldis Chapman, yep. I mean, pulled out a gun and shot to a wall, and he was, some people say he was shooting at his girlfriend, and he's still playing in the MLB. Why? Because he was a likable guy. People like him. Domingo Germán. Yeah. I mean, he beat up his wife, twice? Yep. And still is playing in the MLB. Because Trevor Bauer he was such a bad guy and none of his teammates liked him, nobody's going to give him a shot, because nobody's going to take a chance on a guy that said some derogatory things over the years about his coaches, about players that he played with, and even women that he has said that he's done things to over the years. So unfortunately, Trevor Bauer really screwed himself, and so did half of these guys. And so Draymond Green is using a platform that obviously is bringing him in endorsements and money, extra money, and he's going to say anything, and the NBA is allowing him to do it. So shame on the NBA for allowing him to do that.